Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leora and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be a lifestyle video, and today I want to talk with you finally about eating habits. I have told you in a previous video that I feel like I'm really qualified. Sounds so stupid, but I'm really qualified to talk to you about it, and I asked you if you want me to talk about it, and a lot of you said yes, please do a video about this. Now if you're new here, and most of you are, then you probably don't know that, I don't know, a long time ago I did a weight loss story. When I hit 200 subscribers, I made a weight loss story on my channel, and I kind of want to build on that and maybe also adjust a few things, because ever since I did that, a lot of things have happened. I gained quite some weight back, and if you see me at the beginning of my channel where I was extremely underweight because I was under the influence of a serious eating disorder, and I'm going to get into that also at some point, I saw things a little bit differently than I see them now, because I have done a lot of therapy in my life regarding that, and I needed it, and I was so glad when I finally knew that I needed help and I was ready to accept the help, that I actually got somewhere in this whole topic, you know? So let's just maybe put up some pictures. I don't have a whole lot of pictures of that time when I was really obese, but I'm gonna put a few of them on top of me so you see that I really know what I'm talking about. I was really obese. I was a second grade, I think that's how you call it in English, obese, which is, it's bad, you know? It's bad, and I was not happy. Now I have been really always, not when I was born, but let's say when I was a young child, still kindergarten age, I was already overweight. Maybe not obese, but I was always the child that was chosen last for like sport activities, you know. Also in school, I was always chosen last. I was the one who didn't have a boyfriend because she was fat, you know, things like that. So I know how it feels to live that kind of a life. I know how it feels to eat in secret. I know how it feels to binge eat. I know how it feels to throw up. I know how it feels to starve yourself. I have done it all, sweeties. I have lied to myself. I have lied to others. I have done it all. You know, so that's why, and this is what I said in the beginning, I do feel like I am qualified to talk about this because I have been on each end of the spectrum and everywhere in between. Okay, I have been crying on the floor in the bathroom in front of the toilet with hematoma all over my face from throwing up so hard, you know. So this is the first time on my channel that I'm actually naming my eating disorder. Okay, so first of all, the obese side was of course also an eating disorder, because if you're obese, there is a reason for it, okay? And I want to say I was fat, and this is not about fat shaming, and I know these days one has to be super careful because people get offended and this and that and the other thing. I just want to like say at the beginning of this that I'm not here to shame anyone. I'm here to help, because I needed help, I got the help, and now it turned my life around. Okay, so I got help from getting out of being obese, but I also then in the end got help from getting out of being bulimic and anorexic, because that is how it all spiraled into the other direction, which is not good. But again, I have that experience now, and I know the signs, and I know how it feels, and that's why I'm the right person to talk about it, even though I do feel very insecure about it, because it's weird, because on the one hand I know, yes Leora, you have the tools to do this, you have the tools to help other people, you have the tools to talk about this, but on the other hand, this whole thing with eating disorders is so based on insecurities that that is still there, you know. Because even if you heal your body, it doesn't mean that you heal your soul necessarily if you don't work on that too. So I have a lot of insecurities still, and I still feel like everybody else is so much better at this. So what I want to do here in this video, and maybe also in follow-up videos, because I have a lot to share about this, and please let me know if you're interested in more content like this, because I'm pretty sure that I could theoretically probably do a video about this every week. You know what I mean? I don't want to make this a regular thing, because that is not necessarily really my channel, because, you know, I'm more into makeup now, but I'm definitely willing to share my journey here and my experiences practice and what I would advise you, what you can try. So I'm so nervous right now that I feel like I actually cannot swallow because you know what, sweeties, there is no magic in this. There is absolutely no magic in this. You have seen the pictures, how I used to look. If you're following me on my social media, you know that I'm modeling now. You know how I'm looking now. But there is no magic. It is all hard work. Now, all of those many years, and I know nobody wants to hear this, and if you want to click out now, then do that. It's better you go now before you get angry and leave nasty comments, because this is not what we need here, okay? This is a support zone for each other. There is no judgment. And if I say a person is fat in this video, it's not because I'm judging the person, it's because I need to call it something, okay? So I'm just really passionate about this, and I'm just trying to reach out and to give you some of my tools that you can try them. It doesn't mean that everything that I'm saying or that I did for myself will help you too, but maybe it will just, I don't know, get you to the next tool. You know what I mean? So it cannot hurt you. I don't think it will hurt you. And even if you just listen to me and to what I experienced or what I still experience, because the battle is real and it's still going on. And that is super scary, because it feels like this is going to go on for the rest of my life. And I don't want to think about that. But, you know, we just have to deal with what is there. The second we're trying to escape from reality and trying to lie to ourselves that everything is fine, even though we know at our heart of hearts that we're not doing okay, we're not happy with our weight, and that doesn't mean you have to be super obese. Maybe you're just 10 kilo or whatever that is in pounds over the weight that you should be, but still maybe you're suffering from this. Maybe you're a very petite person, and then 10 kilos look on you worse than on me, you know, because when I gain 10 kilos, yes, you see it, but in general, I'm not a petite person. I've brought shoulders, I have brought hips, you know, so for me, it's sort of, it's an even distribution mostly, but still, you know, it is for everybody, it is so personal. And it also depends on, you know, how you feel yourself in your body and all of these things. So there are a lot of things that I want to touch on in this whole video, or like in more videos, upcoming videos. But just so you know, this is all hitting close to home, very close to home. And I'm still in therapy, sweeties. I've done a long time. I've done therapy for my eating disorder. Then I stopped about a year ago. That was, let me think, in April 2019, I stopped therapy because I felt I was okay. And I was, till Corona hit. And then I totally lost it. I got so scared, I got so insecure, I felt so locked in, and I'm sure all of you can relate to that feeling. And I lost it. I absolutely lost all my tools. Nothing mattered anymore. I thought I'm just going to be locked in for the rest of my life. No, but like what's the sense, you know? And I ate ice cream. I hadn't eaten anything that has sugar in it for many years. You know what that does to a body. When suddenly, when you had a complete sugar detox and you never touched anything that is that, or also flour or things like this. I'm personally not eating stuff like this, you know? So for me, to eat sugar or to eat something that the body translates into sugar, what kind of like an addictive surge that does in your body, besides the fact that sugar is absolutely super highly addictive anyway. But if you're like a dry alcoholic and then you drink alcohol, it will affect you way more than a person that is not an alcoholic drinking a glass of wine. But a dry alcoholic drinking a glass of wine is sort of a big deal, right? So that is it, how it was for me. And I just couldn't stop. I could not stop, and I hated myself every day more. Every time I put something in my mouth that was not good for me and I knew it, I hated myself more, which in turn made me eat more. And in those few weeks that happened, I gained almost 10 kilos. 10 kilos, you know? It's absolutely insane. And I thought to myself, Leora, you have worked so hard on your body. You have worked so hard for the career that you're trying to have now. You know, not that it's a super big career, but for the work that you're doing now to inspire people. And yes, I could inspire people too if I'm weighing 20 kilos more, but it's not the same for me. You know, it's not. now I feel like, wow, what am I doing? I'm ruining it all. I've worked years to get here, years. And now because I'm feeling vulnerable, I'm feeling lonely, I'm feeling stuck, I'm feeling scared, I'm ruining it all. And there we are already getting right into the issue, because, sweeties, rarely we overeat and become fat or big or overweight because we are hungry for that. That is not the case. Sweeties, we overeat because we are tired, we are frustrated, we are lonely, we want to have a hug. You know, that is why we overeat. And in my case, I also overate when I was happy. You know, I had like all of the reasons in the whole world to overeat. Not, of course, in the time of Corona, but beforehand, when I was obese, I had a celebration every day. Either it was because I was super happy and let's celebrate, let's have a barbecue, let's go to an all-you-can-eat restaurant, let's, you know, because I also come from a family where every family celebration is connected to a meal. It always has to be like sitting together and eating. There is no getting together without that. And I kind of really start to hate that now. Now I know that, of course, there is a lot in eating together that also binds you together as a family or as friends, and it's like companionship, and I do get it. But in our case, it was always meals that were highly caloric. You know what I mean? So after all of these recent events happened, when Corona hit and I totally lost it, I picked myself up. Not in the sense that I could change anything about what I was eating. Not at all. I didn't have the strength, and I had apparently lost all my tools to do it. But I picked up the phone. I couldn't even leave the house because we were all in isolation. But I picked up the phone and I got over my embarrassment, and I called my old therapist. And I said to her name is Esther, and I will be grateful for her for the rest of my life. I told her, Esther, I have failed. I'm such a loser. This and this is what's happening, and I don't know what to do. So she said, Leora, you're not a failure. You're not a loser. You are a fighter queen. You are a fighter queen, and you're a winner. And just because you picked up the phone and called me, this shows how courageous you are. You know, so that was, of course, first of all, it was like a warm hug, and I felt like, okay, she's not judging me, it's okay. I fell off the wagon, yes, but it's okay for me to come back. And that is so important. Sweeties, never feel like everything is lost. There is always a way out. Okay, don't ever believe if someone tells you you have this and that medical condition, so there is nothing you can do about your weight. It is not true. You have this and that thing in your family going on, so you have the right to overeat and kill yourself and hurt yourself. It is not true, sweeties. The most important thing that I can give you, and if you only take that from my video, the first thing that I changed in my life back then, when I did my 60-kilo weight loss, is no more excuses. Print it out, like enlarge it and put it in your kitchen. No more excuses. Sweeties, I had them all. I could rattle them down for you. You know, they are all like imprinted in my brain. You know, why didn't I lose weight last week? Oh, I had a wedding to go to, and there was a celebration there, and then I was tired and I just had another piece of cake, and then I felt really frustrated with my husband, so I needed to have some ice cream, and this and that and the other thing. Sweeties, it's lies. It's lies, okay? And I know nobody wants to hear this, and you can dislike the video if you want to, but it doesn't make it less true. There is always something you can do, always. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody has to have the same success. And I'm saying success, okay? Because I don't want to make this about success and failure, because that is sort of, again, shaming. And this is not what I am about at all. But, you know, the thing is, when I give you a tool that worked for me, let's say 100%, that might work for you just 10%. But that is okay. It's okay, because it still gives you 10%, which is 10% more than you had before. And even if you have some kind of medical condition, or if you're older and your metabolism is already a little bit slower or whatever, that is all true. It's not that I want to invalidate that, but there is always something you can do. You know, nobody is forcing you, forcing food down your throat. It is always your choice what you feed yourself with. Okay, that is your choice. It is your choice to move your butt. Sorry, but I have to move my butt and I'm always kicking my butt. Sorry, this is not usually how I talk here on my channel, but it is your choice to move your butt and to get going and to go for a walk. And I'm not saying you should go and sign up at a gym. You know, I'm not signed up at a gym. It would be so frustrating for me. I don't think I could do it. You know, maybe I would go once and twice and then I would just, I don't know, I would just pay for the gym, but I wouldn't go like most people. So what I'm saying is there is always something you can do. Now, when I was super fat still, okay, so we are talking 123 kilos. That is when I started. The first kilos actually came down pretty easy because in the beginning you lose a lot of water and all kinds of stuff when you're reducing also your salt intake, and that melted away. You didn't really see a big difference yet, but I then started to work out. I bought my first running shoes in, I don't know, ever since I started to have a physical education in school. I don't think I had running shoes because I'm not a kind of girl. I'm a bit of a princess. I don't have running shoes. So I went to buy running shoes and I started to go for walks. Now, and I'm going to probably do, if you're interested, I can do maybe a video that is more focusing on what I'm doing for workout, because I don't want to really mix that in here. But weight loss is also very, very much connected to, of course, working out, because you need to burn more calories than you're taking in. So it's an obvious one, right? So, but I was very fat and I felt like I cannot run. I'm not going to survive this, you know? So I got myself out of the house and I just walked a little bit. Just walked a little bit for 20 minutes. And it was hard. I hated those 20 minutes and I dreaded them every single day. And I felt like, oh, why do I have to do this? But then I thought, in my inner mind, in my like inner eye or whatever you call this, I saw myself sitting on the couch and my ass expanding. And then I thought, okay, no matter how little you're doing here while you're walking, no matter how little you're achieving, it is still better than sitting on the couch. Okay, so that is what I was just preaching to myself while I was taking step after step after step. And slowly the pounds came down, hitting my brushes. So anyway, that is part of the deal, workout. But I'm very willing to do a separate video on that if you're interested. But back to the no excuses, okay? There is Corona, yes, but this is not an excuse, you know? Because if you're not feeding yourself right, first of all, you're not loving yourself. If you're not feeding yourself healthy food that nourishes your body and builds your body and sustains your body, you're not loving yourself. And that is your first responsibility, to love yourself. Now, do I always love myself? Absolutely not. I actually struggle a lot with myself and with self-love and with my self-image. But that again is also a very typical picture that people with eating disorders have. So, but the fact that I'm realizing it now makes me already getting closer to being healed, or to be at least in a safe zone. Let's put it that way. So the first thing is feed yourself food that is good for you. And you don't, this is even really a no-brainer because everybody knows what healthy foods are, you know? Everybody knows. And it's not processed foods. It's not. And it's also not fruits. Sweeties, fruits can make you really, really fat. When you say, oh, I'm eating a lot of vegetables, I'm eating a lot of fruits, and you know, I'm having a healthy lifestyle, sweeties, 2 servings of fruits per day. That's it. The only thing you can eat the whole time is vegetables. And we're not talking about like corn and stuff like that. That is of course high on starches. But sweeties, there is a price for everything, you know? And if you want me to tell you what my opinion is and how I succeeded, then you'll have to be okay with me telling the truth, because nobody is... This is all a jumbled mess. I'm really, really scared that nobody's gonna watch this. But sweeties, let me just backtrack a little bit and tell you about the therapy sessions, okay? Because I'm going to group therapy for a long time. And usually I'm a very, very quiet, sort of quiet member on the sidelines. I'm a pretty successful member. because yes, I did achieve a lot, but I'm not one of the loud ones, you know. So in the Oriental area where I live, if you're new here then you don't know, I live in Israel, and people here have opinions and are not scared of voicing them, and also being loud about it, and also interrupting the teacher. I have not grown up to be like that. You know, when the teacher is talking, I shut up, and if I want to say something, I ask if I may say something. This is how I grew up. But besides that, so I usually sit there and I try to listen to the teacher, and I try to learn from what other people say. But I also do a lot of people watching. And what I see most of the time, also people who are in therapy already for a long time with me, we have shared a journey, is excuses. Excuses over excuses over excuses. And besides that, sort of combined with that, like in a good marriage, the unwillingness to make true changes. This is what is really, it boils down to that, you know, excuses and not being willing to make changes, but still at the same time expecting to have the results. This is what I see all the time, and every time. You can ask my husband, or you could if you would want to be public. At this point, most of you probably don't believe that I'm even married, but anyway. You could ask my husband, because every single time I'm coming home from group therapy, I just need to vent to him, because I'm getting really, really angry at this, that people are just coming with this mindset and with this attitude that there is some kind of magic going on, that you can continue what you're doing, but still you're going to lose the weight. It's not working that way. Weight loss, imagine a ladder that goes from the floor to the sky, okay, because it is a long journey. And the what do you call it, the bars that are, it's not bars, there is another word for this, on the ladder, they are placed in different spaces. It's not always the same width that they are placed, okay. So sometimes weight loss goes faster, so you step up faster, and then there is a big gap till you can reach the next level, right? That's how it is, because everybody knows that we also speak about plateaus, that you reach a plateau, and this is usually when people give up on their weight loss journey because they're running out of steam. And this is where the whole thing, no more excuses, comes in, because, sweeties, if you have that mantra, if you tell yourself no more excuses, Leora, then when you hit the plateau, then the plateau is not your excuse anymore to go and eat something that you're not supposed to eat. No more excuses is the most important thing. That is what I told myself in the middle of the night when I woke up, and I felt like I really need to just go to the bathroom, but maybe while I'm awake I could also eat something, you know? No more excuses. That is the most important thing. Am I getting on your nerves yet, sweeties? So it is hard. It is hard, and I'm not saying it is easy at all. It's not easy, and I'm not going to even for a second pretend that it is, because that's not going to help you. You're just going to try to follow what I'm saying, and then you're going to come back to me and tell me, Leora, but this doesn't work. And you know, I didn't lose weight, and now I'm completely frustrated, and now I'm weighing 5 kilos more than I did before I listened to you. You know, it is hard, and it is not even only a daily decision. It is minutes. Every minute, every couple of minutes, you have to make the decision to keep yourself in line and to not use any excuse, no matter what, to binge and to not treat yourself with love. Okay? So, sweeties, I think I'm going to actually leave it at that for today, because really this is the most important thing. Everything else builds on this, the no more excuses. So let me know what you think about that. I'm really curious to read those comments. But really, once we're going along and maybe move on into like more detailed things that I want to share with you, you will see that that is what it all boils down to. No more excuses, and the total willingness to change your life. Now, I know this is scary. I know it's scary for so many reasons, because change is scary. Life-changing things, it's beyond scary. And also in addition to that, of course, because you don't know that it's ever going to stop. If you would know I'm going to make changes for the next 3 weeks, which a lot of people do in weight loss because they want to lose weight quickly before some kind of event, but they fail, you know, maybe they lose the weight, but afterwards they gain it and gain in addition to that, because that is not how it's done. It's a long journey. Sometimes it's a lifetime journey. And I have the feeling that this is going to be a lifetime journey for me. And I know a lot of people from therapy and also in my private life who are struggling with this for their whole life already. You know, it's time to break this bondage. Sweeties, we deserve so much better, if you believe in God or not. But you know what? If you do, I just want to add this, because God has given us perfection. We were created in perfection. We were supposed to be in our best way possible. And everything that we're doing to ourselves during our life, for whatever reason, it's just not the way we were supposed to be, you know? We have a huge responsibility, and that is scary. Yes, it is scary, and please cry about it. Yes, do that. You need to get it out of your system, but you need to let go of this, of the thing that you cannot make the necessary changes. If that means you have to cry for a whole day about the life that you're losing, then do that. Because if you just push it away and think, you know what, I'm just going to get over it, it's not helping, because it's still going to be in there. Let it out, scream it out, run it out, do whatever you have to do to get it out. And then to embrace the new life, because yes, you're losing old life. Yes, you do. But really, for me, that wasn't life. I wasn't happy. I was so debilitated in my life. I don't even know how I got through it. You know, I was miserable. I never wanted to be on a picture. I never wanted to be anywhere where people see me. I hated to go shopping for clothes because I never could find anything. Now, how much fun is that? You know? I was supposed to be perfect in God's eyes. Is that perfect according to the body mass index? No, has nothing to do with that. But I was supposed to be perfect in God's eyes. And this is how He created me when I grew in my mom's tummy, you know? This is how I was supposed to be. And whatever happened to me on the journey till my almost 41 years now is a lot of what I inflicted on myself. Also, of course, things that came from the outside. But I'm consciously stopping to blame my parents or things that happened to me or my teachers in school or my environment at work, or I don't know, all of these things, friends that are evil or whatever, you know? Stop blaming others and take responsibility for your life. Make no more excuses, because you are the one who has the crown on your head. You are the one who has given an amazing body and an amazing mind, and you are so much stronger than you think, and so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. Sweeties, we can do this. And I say we, even though it sort of feels like I am already there, but I'm absolutely not. The struggle for me is real. I'm not in a life-threatening situation anymore because I'm not too big anymore, and also I'm not too skinny anymore. But the struggle for me is just as real, because I feel like I could fall off the wagon every single day. So that's why I'm in the same boat with you, and I'm not kidding you. You know, it is real, and we're in this together. And let me know what you think about this, and what you want to, you know, how do you want me to go on with this series? Because I think I'm just going to put this in my weight loss journey playlist and make a continuation of this, because I kind of feel like there is a big need for this, and there's also a big interest in this. So let me know what you feel about that. So, but please be just okay with me saying the truth the way I see it, and you then just decide what you want to take from that or not, okay? But with everything in life, this is just how it is, you know? You can always pick and choose what you want to take for yourself, because not everything that works for me is obviously going to be applicable to you, and that is fine. I'm just sharing here my experience and my life, and I'm very willing to listen to you and also maybe try to help you a little bit. I don't know, in the sense of giving advice or something. If you want to also contact me privately on my social media, if you want to. But of course, I'm not a therapist. I'm still myself in therapy, okay? But I'm trying to share my experiences here, and in the hope that this is going to be a blessing for you and that it will help you too, you know, because there is always hope, sweeties. There is always hope. Is it hard? Yes, it is hard, but it is so worth it, and there is always hope. And I want you to take this away from this video, that it's never too late. It's never too late. How old you are, how heavy you are when you're starting out, or how skinny you are when you're starting out with, you know, because that is also, if you're too skinny, that's just as bad, you know. So we are supposed to be in balance, in a godly balance. I'm just saying it because I do believe that, but balance, if godly or not, it makes sense for everybody. I think that there has to be a balance, and this is how we were created, and this is what we were craving. We are craving this, and if we're totally honest to ourselves, then we know that we crave balance in everything in our lives, right? We crave harmony, we crave peace, we crave love, we crave balance, and that is what I want you to find in this whole issue of eating and nutrition and all of that, the weight loss. For me, this has been a life-altering journey towards the better. Yes, it was hard, and there were so many stumbling and stepping stones where I thought, well, now I'm definitely going to die. Now, you know, if I didn't die before, now I am. But no, you know, it was all adding to my learning experience and to bringing me where I am today, you know. And maybe I just had to go through all of this because there is someone out there that I can help. So I hope that I got my first message here across, and you know, it is a very, very intense issue for me. So if this was rambly or felt like this is a total confused mess, it's not because I don't know what I'm talking about. It is just because I'm super emotional about this and also a little bit scared. But I hope it's gonna be okay. So anyway, I'm just sending this out with my blessings to you, and please let me know what you think. If you're new here and you found me through this video, then please check out my other videos, and feel free to subscribe to my channel. I would really, really love to have you here, and I'll see you here next time for my next video, which is obviously going to be super soon. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle, sweeties. Bye.